Yes, you guys, welcome back. In today's News A video, I've got three big stories to break down. Now for the first story, we are going to discuss the latest news surrounding a potential venue change for our Champions League final in Istanbul. And to follow on from that story, I'm going to discuss the massive reports today surrounding news about Mohamed Salah and Robert Lewandowski making potential moves to us this summer. So you guys, it's going to be a big one. I hope you enjoy. But before I get into anything, I need to get one quick plug out of the way first. And I want to give a big shout out to Super 6 for having me on the Hold the L series. This week we were discussing some Premier League legends in Lampard, Scholes, Vieira and Keane, as well as the debate was focused on which one of these former midfield players would be inducted into a Premier League Hall of Fame. So right now, I'm about to play you guys a very brief clip.
Look, Gerrard wanted to leave. It was very clear. He didn't go to Chelsea and he stayed at Liverpool. Look, that's his decision. He decided to stay, but ultimately he did not bring your team the Premier League. In fact, if anything, he was the one that ended up costing your team the Premier League. The one season he had the opportunity by slipping.
So look, I know, Chris, it doesn't come down to a moment, a slip.
Chris,
like, you know what I mean?
I know it was a soft spot.
You know, I keep coming with the facts today. Now I'm playing you guys. You know, listening to the whole episodes, not really hearing my guy and Frank Lampard really being discussed in this conversation is just incredible to me. Probably the most balanced out of all of them, because Super Frank could do everything. Playmaking, defending. What best sums him up is that Lampard would kickstart the attacks and then be the very same one to get on the end of the attack he created. You know, there's a reason why he is revered across the world, and there's a reason why he is really just redefined how goals can be scored from midfield. So I guess with facts like this, there's a reason why I wasn't on the episode. But anyway, you guys, if you want to see the full episode for yourself, all you got to do is go to the card above or the description, click on that, interact in my comments to let me know that you've watched it and just enjoy some great content. So thanks to you guys. And now we start things with the first story, and we have some updates surrounding the venue destination for the Champions League final. Now, ever since we booked ourselves into the final, you guys, there have been some reservations and doubts in regards to whether that same final will be played in Istanbul. Now, today, very recently, we got some news from the UK government where, in fact, they have now red listed Turkey as a no-go destination due to COVID. And, you know, for me, the fact that both us and Man City are in a Champions League final, and literally only based on the fact that with the climate of the world today, with how rampant and how devastating COVID has been, I just think it makes common sense actually to host the final in England. I just think due to the context of what's happening right now, that is the most logical, safe thing to do. That's the safest thing for the fans as well. And this is where things now get quite interesting, because of course Wembley most likely would not be the destination for the final, even though that would be absolutely amazing, because there is going to be a playoff final played the day before. So talks are suggesting that the final could be played in Spurs' stadium, and isn't that just beautiful irony? We have the opportunity to win the Champions League in England in Spurs' stadium. Now, I don't know what it is about us doing anything in Europe and somehow Spurs on the receiving end of an L, but I guess that's how it's supposed to be, and that's how it will forever be, you guys. So, you know, it's exciting to hear. I hope that is going to be the case, you know, as I'm really stressing due to the context of the world today. I think in regards to fan safety, it just makes sense now that in England everything's starting to go back to normality, to just allow the game to take place here. But you guys, leave your comments below. Of course, it doesn't matter wherever we play the game. Who knows if we play the game back in Spain and Portugal, God knows. But right now, we move on to the second story today, and this one is a surprising one. You know, these next two stories are big ones. The first one I'm going to discuss Salah, followed by Lewandowski. So right now, Mr. Christian Falk released some big news on his Twitter page, and it was in regards to transfer rumours surrounding Mohamed Salah, with Falk simply saying that we have a three-man shortlist and Salah is one of the candidates on that shortlist if we can't sign Haaland or if we can't sign Lukaku, who right now seems to be absolutely loving his time in Italy. So what? Salah, like, This surely is just so stupid as a story that we can't take this seriously whatsoever. Like, probably a week from now, Falk's gonna deny ever tweeting things or ever saying things. However, you know, there's two ways to see things. For me, it reminds me of stories where we were linked with Lionel Messi. Now, at the time, we all knew as fans that that deal was never going to happen, but does that mean that the story of the links was fake and made up? So for me, it's the same vibe and the same energy for the Salah story. But, you know, on the other hand, with this Salah link, it is giving me those Timo Werner vibes. You guys know that I like to always start investigating these stories and just start getting lost in a rabbit hole when it comes to how these deals can actually work and even happen in the first place. And, you know, the reason why I bring up the Werner vibes is that it's part of a 3-man shortlist. Yeah, right. Maybe this is the club looking into the fact that as long as we sign a goal scorer, we don't have to sign a traditional one that plays in the number 9 position. Now, this could make a ton of sense. Now, not only is it incredibly difficult to sign both Haaland and Lukaku, the fact is right now we have an incredibly promising number 9 at this club right now. His name is Kai Havertz, and I guess if the club decided against signing a traditional number 9, let's say they made a big move for a goal-scoring attacking player, this could signify that the long-term plan is to get Kai Havertz ready to be at that level. I think as we've seen recently with Kai in his past few games, he has shown a ton of promise. Back in the Bundesliga, he's showed extreme promise playing at much more forward positions. And, you know, could there be an argument here right now that if you invested time into Kai Havertz for the next 2 seasons minimum at least, that in that time, you're going to produce a future world-class striker? I think so. And by signing a Mohamed Salah, he allows you to play Kai Havertz in his natural role, followed by any other attacking player alongside him. Of course, Salah, instantly, would he even be tempted and interested to move to us? Who knows? Because the article, of course, naturally, wasn't too deep and wasn't filled with too much info or context. However, let's start to be hypothetical now. Liverpool have had a disastrous season. Could there be worries now that Liverpool might not find themselves in the same, you know, title challenging positions that they have been in these past few seasons, and that right now they could be on the decline? If that was the case, Salah could look back at his Liverpool career and think, okay, I've won absolutely everything that I need to win. I'm a Liverpool legend, I've done what I need to do, but there is some unfinished business. Right now, Chelsea have an incredibly exciting project. They have one of the best managers in the world. I can increase my wages, and on top of that, I can move my family and be a rich man in London. And, you know, with Edgware Road around the corner as well, like, I feel like there could definitely be a ton of selling points and features to persuade Salah to sign for us. Now, with Liverpool even consider selling their best player, honestly, in football now, you can always be surprised. But, you know, naturally, I don't think that Salah has a massive possibility signing for us, but I like the thinking behind this link. Haaland's going to cost a ton of money. Lukaku seems settled in Italy right now. Once you go past those 2 options, there's not many options left in the market, so I guess this is where the club can afford to be flexible and look at alternatives that can also contribute to goals scored. So right now, you guys, I'm going to ask you in the comments below, is this the last story stupid, or do you think we have the power, the attraction right now where we are in a place to persuade Salah to sign for us? Who knows, you guys? If you've got budgets of over 100 million plus to sign Haaland and Lukaku, then I feel like that same money could be applied to a Salah. On paper, that could work out a lot, but again, what does it say for the futures of Hakim Ziyech and co? You know, so many things to dissect and think about with the story, but you know, I'm going to leave that question to you guys. But right now, we move on to the final 2 stories. This next one is another massive story. It is an ESPN report, and it states that both Arsenal and Man City are currently looking into signing Lewandowski, who's valued now at 60 million euros. Now, right now, Lewandowski is 32, close to being 33 years old. However, the age isn't slowing down his goal scoring, you guys. Again, of course, double digits throughout the season consecutively for Bayern Munich. And, you know, I think Lewandowski is proving now that you know, the sports science in the game really is real. It really does work. We're seeing many players now in their mid-30s and late 30s still playing to ridiculously high levels. It feels like we are in the future of football, and it seems like now players' careers are actually going to be longer than how they used to be. So instantly, straight off the bat, would you potentially sign Lewandowski? 60 million, knowing that you are going to get at least 2 to 3 instant, impactful, world-class seasons from a player that still has a lot to give. I think that is definitely something interesting to think about, and you know, it further just supports this narrative that it could be extremely difficult to sign Haaland or Lukaku this summer. So as an option, I like the sound of Lewandowski. He has won everything at Bayern Munich, and considering that he wants a new contract, this could be an opportunity for him to earn even more money moving to the Premier League, a new challenge, a new league. And when is he going to get the opportunity to do something like this again? Who knows, you guys? I think that this is another big link for us. I think Lewandowski in this team, the impact you get from signing some of this experience is the fact that he acts as that mentor figure for the rest of the young players. I mean, can you imagine someone like a Kai Havertz learning under Lewandowski for like 2-3 seasons? Unreal. Tammy Abraham, if he's even still fortunate enough to stay at the club, learning off him, Timo Werner, so much, you guys. And you know, I feel like the impact we saw from Thiago this season proves that, you know, it is okay to look into signing these older, experienced, world-class players. Lewandowski for 60 million, I do feel like Queen Marina would be able to work her negotiation powers to possibly bring that down. Still, this would be another interesting one to see. His contract does expire in 2023, so has plenty of time on his side. He's one of the biggest earners at Bayern Munich, and again, it would simply come down to the fact that maybe Lewandowski could feel that now is the time to try something new before my career ends. But you know, the fact that both us and City are looking at alternatives, could that be implying that there's something happening behind the scenes? You know, let's be more patient and wait to see what happens, you guys. But in the comments below, let me know straight away, if you could sign Lewandowski tomorrow, out of all the striker options, would you? Let us know below. And right now, you guys, they were the 3 stories out the way. I hope you guys enjoyed. Of course, I have released a match preview for our game against Man City tomorrow, so do give that a watch, you guys. And on that note, I'm the EFC. This is Blue Lions TV. I'll catch you guys later with some more videos. Peace.